Happy Monday! Today we're going to be talking about simplifying square roots. Just a typical math topic, not necessarily anything special for pre-calculus. Something you should have done numerous times before, but I've noticed that it's normally a weakness for pretty much all students. So let's go through the steps on how to do this. And obviously none of them require you to type this on a calculator, because if you do square root 20 on a calculator, you'll get a decimal, and rarely is that the right answer in a math class. Now, in the real world, that's probably going to be completely acceptable way to do square roots, but not in math class. We're stuck with the long, annoying way of simplifying them. All right, so first step. We want to find the largest perfect square factor for our given number. In this case, it's 20. So what that means is I'm going to look at a list of perfect squares. And if you don't know what a perfect square is, you can go back to 3rd grade. Sorry, I'm just joking. It's more like 6th grade, maybe 5th grade. So anyway, like for example, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 4 is 16. These are essentially all of the numbers that have square root answers. The square root of 4 is 2, square root of 9 is 3, square root of 16 is 4, so on. So our number, sadly, is not on that list. But if it were, it would land right around in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check all of the numbers starting where the 20 would be going backwards. I'm not going to check anything higher because that's definitely not going to work. I need something that goes into 20. So I'll first check 16. Does 16 times anything make 20? No. Then I check 9. Does 9 times anything make 20? No. Then I check 4. And 4 times 5 makes 20. So I'm going to now do step 2. I'm going to split this into 2 radicals. The first one, the one I just found, square root 4, because it came from that list of perfect squares. And 4 times 5 makes 20. So I can split this square root 20 into 2 smaller square roots, square root 4 times square root 5. All right, now the reason I did this is because I can actually do the answer to the one on the left. All the perfect squares have answers. The square root of 4 happens to be the whole number 2. Now the square root of 5, I don't know it. It doesn't work. Now I should check to see if I picked a big enough number. So 5, if I went back to that same list of perfect squares, there's nothing in that list that goes into 5. So I know I'm done. To finalize my answer, I'm going to get rid of the multiply sign, because anytime 2 things touch each other in math, it means multiply. All right, and that's it. You can always check your answer on your calculator. If you were to type in square root 20 on your calculator, you get 4.472135955. Just a big, awful fraction or decimal. But if you type 2 square root 5 on your calculator, you should get the exact matching decimal. So you can use your calculator to check your answer, not to get your answer. All right, let's try 2 more. All right, so square root 80. Now, sadly, 80 is not a perfect square. If it was 81, I'd be done. The answer's 9. But that's not quite 9, so I'm expecting an answer a little less than that. All right, so let's see if we can find out what perfect square number goes into 80. So again, if it's me, I'm going to go to that list of perfect squares, start with the one that's just below 80. That'd be 64. And 64 times nothing makes 80. So go back, try 49. Nope, 49 times nothing goes into 80. Then go back and try 36. And if you're not sure, do 80 divided by 36 in a calculator. If it's a decimal, it didn't work. It's a decimal, it didn't work. Try 25. 25 divided by, or 80 divided by 25 doesn't work. 16. That's one that works. We can use 16. So I'm going to choose square root 16, and it's 16 times 5 that makes 80. Or if you divided 80 divided by 16 on a calculator, you'd get 5. I don't expect you to know your 16, so use a calculator. All right, now the reason that we chose the 16, the reason that we were picking things from this list, and not just picking 8 times 10 or anything like that, is by picking a number from this list, we get one that we can find the answer to. I know the answer to square root 16. It's 4. I do not know the answer to square root 5. All right? But because I did the way I did it, because I started with 80 and I worked backwards from there, I know I'm done. I know there's nothing else to do. That's the answer. All right? Again, check it on a calculator. Square root 80 should give you the same answer as 4 square root 5. All right? Last one, 50. All right? Again, if it was a perfect square, I'd be done, but it's not. It's not on that list. But I can see that it would fall about right in here. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and start going backwards. First off, 49 does not go into 50. Neither does 36, but 25 does. So that's what I'm going to choose. 25 times 2. Again, notice I didn't pick 5 times 10. It's not just pick anything that multiplies to make 50. It has to come from the list of perfect squares. Has to. It's the only way we can do this. All right, now again, the reason I chose 25 is because I know its answer. 5. I do not know the answer to square root 2, but I don't write that little times dot in between. So my answer is just 5 square root 2. All right, again, seems like a simple thing, but man, people struggle with this one for some reason, although it's very important for some of the work we're going to do this year. So this needs to be something you can do. All right, good luck today.